This video literally could save lives. So you see these snowboarders getting dream lines and you want to be a part of them. You want to rip big mountains. You want to go into the backcountry. Well, before you do, I'm going to give you a step-by-step process, the things you should do before you even set one foot into the backcountry. Now, the reason why this video is important and what I'm going to tell you is important is because you can and will endanger other people in the backcountry if you just go do whatever you want and don't even pay attention. So this is very important that you know this stuff. So the first thing you need to do is just get curious, whether that's watching YouTube videos like this, just get curious of the backcountry, watch other people's tip videos, watch the CICA's Instagram page, start following all the stuff that you need to follow to just start hearing these words, start getting familiar with all of the stuff in the backcountry. You're going to want to get curious on big mountain lines, start watching your favorite pro snowboarders and the big lines they're doing. Getting curious is super important. That also starts leading into like the next one, which is your gear. You know, you get curious, you start figuring out, okay, what kind of split board do I want to get? What kind of beacon? What kind of probe? So gear is the next thing. You got to get all your backcountry gear. You know, the most important one is going to be your beacon. That's going to be what saved your life. Well, hopefully saved your life, but it also can save your buddies' lives. Your transmitter. This thing is mega important. So you're going to want to get one of these and you're going to want to know how to use this thing. We'll get to that. But once you've found the gear that you want for the backcountry, it's now time to get familiar with it. So let's say you pick up a split board. That's one of the main ways to get into the backcountry. What you're going to want to do first with that split board is not just take it into the backcountry. You want to set it all up in your house, play with it, then take it to a ski resort. Almost every ski resort has uphill access. I know like a big one like Keystone has it for free, which is really rad. You just got to follow all of their rules and you can uphill their resort for free. This is important because you're going to get familiar with your gear, from transitioning it from skis to a snowboard or snowboards to a ski. That is a skill within itself, because when you're staying on the top of a very high mountain and the winds are blowing, you're going to want to be pretty quick with the transition. You don't want to just be sitting out in the elements getting blasted. But you also want to make sure your equipment's not going to fail on you. I would much rather my split board fail on me at Keystone than fail on me in the backcountry, which it actually did. And thank God I was on a ski resort and I was able to get out of here super quick instead of being 2 miles, 3 miles out in the backcountry. And I'm like, oh man, my screws were loose and I didn't notice that, and then I lost important screws and now I can't transition this board. You don't want that to happen 3 miles into the backcountry. The other thing too about skinning up resorts and just like going on small nearby skid missions, even if that's in your backyard, you're getting fitness, you're getting the stamina. You're going to want to make sure that when you finally go out in the backcountry, the mission that you're doing isn't you expending all of the energy that you have. You want to be able to do a mission and get back to the car and be like, dude, I could do that 3 more times. You know, you got to be in shape, because there could be a moment where you get in the backcountry, something wrong, you get lost, and now you're walking another mile, 2 miles, 3 miles that you weren't expecting to do. So you need to be in good shape on your gear, walking around, practicing. Like we do skin at resorts to get into shape. Like that's a real thing. Like we'll just do a day like, all right, we're going to Keystone, we're going up, it's gonna suck, but like we got to get ready for the backcountry. Now this one's not necessary, but it does help. You can snag Evolution stickers and throw them on all of your equipment. I hear it makes it all work a little better. I don't know, it's up to you. It's all linked in the description. It does support the dream. But after you snag the merch and you throw it on your gear, the next thing is you got to be able to actually ride advanced terrain. So come to a ski resort like we are right now. We're standing on top of Blackjack here at Keystone. We're going to practice some heavy duty tree riding, some heavy duty powder riding. You want to make sure you're competent in powder riding. You can go to the east wall, hike up and ride the east wall. Just the hardest, gnarliest terrain that your resort has, go practice that one, because once again, it's going to work on your stamina. We literally walked up here. 2, you're focusing on the riding and the skill aspects. You got to get good at riding big, gnarly terrain. You don't want to skin up to a gnarly mountain, transition your board, strap in, and then not know how to ride down that terrain. So put the work and practice the epic mountain riding and get good at it. And you can do that at a lot of these bigger ski resorts on the West Coast. You can get really good at gnarly mountain riding. So once you've gotten your gear, you've gotten familiar with it, you know how to ride big, gnarly terrain, the next thing you need to do is take an avalanche class. This is super important because not only are they going to, once again, explain your gear, like your beacon to you really well, they're going to explain the checks you need to do. They're going to explain avalanche terrain. Like one of the easiest ways not to get caught in an avalanche is to just not go into avalanche terrain. It's going to explain how to read all of the maps and all the websites and all the cool things that are available to you so that you can structure your day where you're going out and you're taking the most minimal risk or whatever risk you are wanting to take for that day. Now we took our avalanche class through Apex. You guys can do that as well. I have their website linked down below. But this is like a huge crucial part to the beginning of getting in the backcountry, is go take your first avalanche class, and then that learning never stops. You know, take a bunch of them. We're working with a guide right now that just is going to take us out and just keep informing us on all of the stuff. Like the backcountry is a never-ending learning experience. So that's why being curious and really getting into it is so important. important. So Onyx and FATMAPs are two great apps that you can download now and start playing around with. It shows you know the pitch and the degrees of all the slopes that you're on. You can plan routes and days on there. You can find other people's planned routes. You don't know how to fully plan it, or you're working with your group, and you know that stuff is available for you. And on the note of a group, another one is find people with the same interest in the backcountry as you. You can do that through Facebook groups or people around you. What you don't want to be doing is taking a bunch of uneducated people into the backcountry thinking they're going to be able to save your life because you know what to do. Because what if you're the person that gets caught in the avalanche? Everybody in your group needs to be willing to take the same risks, do the same things, and have the same experience. And so like that's important to have the right people. You can do small missions by yourself in the backcountry, but like let's be real, you want to do these big, awesome, epic backcountry missions, you need a partner, you need people to be doing this stuff with. Because once again, we're just trying to minimize the risks, because when something bad happens to you, it then starts to involve a bunch of other people as well. Now everyone's risking their lives. It's super important. And with your avalanche class, the people that you have taken that class with are probably in your area and they're probably interested in doing this type of stuff. So maybe partner up with those guys, and then once you're done with the avalanche class, this is the final stage, is to start going in the backcountry and start learning. That's kind of where me and Cody are now. We've been doing tons of missions and knocking them out and sharing them with you guys on this channel, so subscribe if you're new. But it's a learning thing. Like every single day we come out, even on the resorts, and we're like, hey, we're going to bring our beacons out today and just make sure we are using our backcountry brain even on the resorts when the snowpack is dangerous and super sketchy like it is now. So once again, I made this video because you always hate to hear that someone came to a ski resort, walked out the backcountry gate, and immediately died 10 feet from the ski resort. Like that stuff is heartbreaking. It happened last year, so let's not have that stuff happen. If you want to get into it, that is great, and just do the proper steps. And I have all my backcountry gear, all the stuff I was talking about, it's all linked down below. Go check out the description. And with that, Team Buckhouse, thank you so much for shredding with us today, and as always, thanks for watching. Keep evolving. We'll see you guys tomorrow in another video. It's daily on this channel, and we do stuff like this daily.